Hello and welcome to the Philippines. We are on a road in the north of Bohol Island, in the Ubay area, Ubay, and it is one nasty, slippery road. It rained heavy last night, a little bit today, and this road is. We were going to take a hobble, a motorbike taxi. Three of us would be a driver plus two of us, and the tricycle drivers convinced us that no, that's not a good idea. That road is not in very good shape, and so glad that we didn't, because even one of these motorbike drivers we're gonna meet coming the other direction. He almost went down, slipping and sliding in this muck and mud. Anyway, we're looking for a. Is this the guy? This the guy that almost went down? No, it was the next guy, I think. We're looking for the house she grew up in. Here comes the guy. He's gonna watch him. He's gonna almost go down right there. Just about went down. Glad we didn't take a hobble. And the GoPro has such good image stabilization that you don't get a feel at all of how rough this road was for a period of time. Anyway, we're looking 28 years ago. She grew up back in here, back in this area. I'm going to let you in on some conversation she had with some of her family as they're wondering, who are you and what are you doing out here?
Hello.
Water delivery. And we finally found the area she recognized. And people didn't really recognize her, but once she started talking and they introduced themselves, was a wonderful reunion with family.
Wala di mo tuwag imong iyaan.
Ano man?
Karon pa di baba.
Puro noon today.
Tanawa og unsa na unsa. Kay aron
Siksi na kay si Arlene.
sina para buyag.
Karon siya labot.
Karon pa. Unsa mo kay trabaho ka ani? Wali mga bago. Hay wa ba oy. Nanindot tong kay.
Hello. Say hello.
Oh, ay panoy ang glass bata inahay. Ay agugaw mga kuan. Ay inahay dayon. Bye.
Sige sila dito.
Trabaho siya sa kuan. JRC.
Dahanan siyang ato pagapang kumusta lang ko niya.
Pohon.
Nga tarikan dito.
Oo.
Kumusta to Ramil?
Lagi. Wa ka uli si Tony dire?
Muli atong pagkako pa.
I did not record the whole
Hello.
conversation.
Afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
28 years ago, her family moved from Ubai, Bohol, the north, kind of the north area of Bohol, northwest area, and moved to Lapu Lapu.
Home. Yeah, we live in Cebu City now. You know? You know Arlene? Yeah.
Anyway, really interesting. Lots of people wondering what the commotion is coming out on the street, and wondered who, and asked me, who are you? What are you doing here?
Di ra ko magdugay kay nang nagpahuwat big tricycle maikog ang pagkuniya kay lihat mo ko ng tricycle padung adto uli. Mo adto unta ko baybayon. Adto ta ko sa gray silang kuan pero sunod na lang magmarites ra tanya tapuhon. Magpayag ko diha kay para makamarites gid ta. So sira na mo dati. Ha? Oh, ako kita na. Ako sing ipakita. Magpayag ko. Oh, wala ka lagi. Pero wala.
Hey. For those of you who have a partner who speaks Bisaya, or you understand a little Bisaya, you might find that interesting. She kind of translated a little bit of that for me, but not enough where I could put subtitles up. So sorry about that, but just the emotions of meeting family after 28 years. 28 years ago, the family moved to Lapu Lapu. So it was interesting to come out here. This was I don't know, 15 kilometers outside of Ubai city town, and we negotiated a price, 150 pesos, about $3 to take this 30-minute trip, something like that. And then we hired him. She asked me, do you want to go to a different place? Well, I don't know what's out there. So she talked to the driver, and they decided to take us down to a beach area. And in this video, we're going to go down to that beach area. Not really a beach, in my opinion. It's a New Zealander owns the property, and they're going to turn it into a resort for international tourists, is what the caretaker, the lady that was the caretaker there, and you'll get to listen in on that conversation a little bit as well. Barangay basketball court, little gathering area there, and I think just up in this area was that area was where she would walk to school when she lived there until she was 18 years old, I believe. There are many areas on Bohol that have very good roads, and I think it's been improving over the years. 3 years ago, a couple of guys hauling a 4x8 sheet of plywood on a motorbike. Hope the wind doesn't catch it like a big sail. So 3 years ago we came over here, and for about 7 days we rented a motorbike and went all the way around the outside of Bohol. And anyway, our tricycle driver, being in all that mud and wet and everything, he stopped by his house along the way, and he's going to oil that chain a little bit. We had another driver do the same thing. Another day, stopped, and there's so much water that if they're taking care of that chain. In fact, our guy had the chain jump off. This guy here, at one point in time, we had to stop and fix that. Fortunately, it wasn't broke; it just came off. So if you've ever ridden a bicycle, had the chain come off, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, a lot of good roads, but then once we get off the main road, you can have a straight, nice road like this, a little bit narrow, but then you get on a dirt road, and if it's been raining and certain types of soil, it can get pretty tricky driving through this stuff. And a lot of rice fields up here. A lot of rice fields. I've found that an awful lot of people do speak and understand English. More people who have some problems with it don't speak or understand very much. Not comfortable with it because they don't get a lot of tourists up here. I will tell you a few comments. A few people asked me, were there any restrictions or requirements traveling? Because we went to Cebu City to Dumaguete for a Department of Foreign Affairs appointment, so my girlfriend could apply for her passport. Anyway, they did not. They rejected it. They would not accept her birth certificate. Had her name spelled differently. And so she grew up, was born in Ubai, at home actually, and the birth certificate was hard to read, and her first name was spelled differently. So we came over here to try to straighten that out. And we have not been asked for any QR codes, any vaccine cards, no one. The ferries, the hotels, the malls, no one, anywhere, any place, 0 times have we been asked for vaccine cards or anything else. There have been a few signs at one of the ferry ports. There was a sign saying, no vaccine, no travel, no ticket. But you'll see those signs. They don't take the signs down. Even taxi, tricycle I took yesterday in Lapu Lapu, Mactan. The sign on the tricycle says, no mask, no face shield, no vaccine, no ride. I said, well, why do you still have that on there? You know, none of that stuff is required anymore. Just shrugged.
Hello.
Anyway, lots of friendly Filipinos out here. This is the province. If you want to live the cheapest, the lowest budget, you move out in the province. And there are guys that do it. Guys that do it. Their girlfriends, their families live out here. They build a house, move into a house very close to family. And fewer people are wearing masks, but there's still a lot of people wearing masks. And I've asked a lot of people, why are you wearing a mask? And no one has ever given me a good answer. Well, it's the norm now. And some of them aren't even aware that it's optional now. So I would say the media and the government aren't doing very good jobs in getting that information out, I guess. Are you safe traveling around the Philippines? My observation, opinion, reading news reports and such is, for the most part, you are as a foreigner. There are parts that there are areas of islands where you need to be more careful. Southwest Mindanao, in particular, you're advised not to go into those areas. Although I've talked to foreigners who live down in that area, they say they haven't had any problems. It's a matter of degrees, risk degrees, of what you're willing to accept in life. I think there is a little area of Negros that has some NPA, the armed wing of the Communist Party, gets involved. I think over on Samar, there's a section over in Samar, I believe I've read. There's occasionally shootouts with the NPA, certain area, usually in the hinterlands, way outside of the towns and cities, where there's very little internet and news, and they feel easier for them to influence the population. One good thing here in the Philippines, it is a small country, basically. A lot of islands, but a small country with a dense population, pretty much. And when the locals, they know when there's a stranger in town or strangers in town, and they will contact authorities, police, army, whatever, and tell them there's these strangers in town, and here's the gate, we're just entering the resort area, or what will eventually be a resort, I believe. And they will contact and they'll track them down. It happened in Bohol a number of years ago. There was a group of Abu Sayyaf, I think, and they eventually were tracked down, and I think they were all killed because the locals told the authorities, hey, there's armed people wandering around our area and they shouldn't be here. Anyway, this will be an interesting little resort area eventually in the coming years, perhaps. New Zealander owns it. Anyway, you'll meet the caretaker lady here, very friendly. She gave us a motorbike ride. This guy was hungry. He wanted to go eat. He didn't want to sit and wait for us to look around. And I asked, well, how are we going to get back out of here? You know, there's not a lot of tricycles coming back in here, all the way back in here. And so anyway, she, on her motorbike, she gave us a ride back down the road a ways where a tricycle was dropping somebody off. And this is one of the few times really friendly dogs came up. I suggest people stay away from dogs, cats, and other animals because they're usually not friendly. They might look friendly, but you approach them, they get very aggressive. These things were very friendly. Anyway, we'll have a quick chat with the caretaker lady here.
The owner of this is Photos Incorporated from New Zealand.
From New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh, so private?
Yes,
Private beach?
Private.
Oh, okay. Do you have sell any refreshments or anything?
Not yet developed. When they will buy the back area of the land.
Oh.
before they develop.
Oh, okay. Make a resort?
I don't know. Oh,
Oh, you
that's
do-
their focus to make a resort
okay. All
for
right.
international tourism.
Oh,
For what?
International tourism.
International tourism. What kind of fishing boats? What do they fish for with these boats?
Small only fish. They
Yeah,
use
but
nets.
big nets. They have big nets out there, huh?
Small nets.
Small nets.
Small
Small
fish
eye.
only.
Small fish only, really?
Yes.
How they go way out, far
Yes.
out in the deep?
The middle in Ubay and Leyte. That area only.
Oh, okay.
Ubay,
That's
Ubay area
Leyte.
only.
That's Leyte over there.
Yes.
huh?
That's Leyte, yeah.
Middle in Leyte and Ubay only. They can go fishing.
Taga-diri ra ka?
There's one of the fishing boats. You can see the, I don't know what they call them, the little things that go out with the nets that hang down off there, I guess.
And is this part of Bohol?
Yes.
That's part of Bohol,
Go.
right?
Pitogo?
There. Mobo, that island.
Those are islands, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
That's part in Bohol.
All right. So what are you? You just the caretaker?
Caretaker, yes.
Caretaker? Okay. So 500 for that?
Yes.
For the day?
500
Jumping over to Google Maps, got Bohol here and Ubai up here, but just as a refresher here, we started in Cebu City, took a bus going to Dumaguete and down around here and up over on this side. Took a ferry, the bus got on a ferry over here, and then we took the bus back down to Dumaguete. Spent a couple days there. Found out that the Department of Foreign Affairs rejected her application for a passport because her birth certificate had some issues. And so we took a ferry over, come on, get out of there. Took a ferry over here to Tagbilaran City, got in a van, and the van took us up through the middle here and up to Ubai. And you've got Bacolod over here, Panay Island, Iloilo, Negros Island here, Leyte Island, Samar Island, and you've got Mindanao over here, Surigao City, Surigao Island, Surigao City up there. Anyway, let's go back to Bohol and zoom in here. And so here's Tagbilaran City, about 105,000 people, 110,000 people, I believe. Panglao Island down here, very popular tourist area, diving, snorkeling area, especially down in this area. At the end, they've got an international airport now up in here. And anyway, we got on a, not sure exactly what road we took, but anyway, we found our way up to Ubai, the city of Ubai, up here right on the sea. And this trip on this video, basically we went from the city of Ubai, the port area up here where the transportation terminal is, and I'm not sure which roads we took up here, but I believe where we met the girlfriend's family, it was around in here, I believe. And then we continued on, and I think we ended up over in this area over here, I believe. And I believe these are all fish ponds here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Lots more videos coming out from this trip.